Welcome to the Hudson County Show. Pat O'Melia here, your concerned residents of Hudson County. That's why we do the show, and we do it live. It is live on livestream.com, our base streaming service. We're on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube. We're on Apple TV. We're on Google Chromecast, the Roku system, and, of course, Comcast Channel 190. Today we got a busy show. We're going to talk about driver's licenses for illegal immigrants. We're going to talk about a dysfunctional Washington, D.C. We're going to talk some state stuff here. We're going to talk about a wall of shame that we're starting and the watch list. We got some people on there. You're going to recognize the person on the wall of shame, well, the company. We're going to talk about Amazon. They eliminated Jersey City from their finalists for their next headquarters, but Apple may be on the horizon looking for a headquarters. We got a busy show, but first and foremost, our websites, HMG TV shows. There you can see all the shows. They're all archived there through live stream. Really, when you're clicking on HMG, they're taking you to live stream. You can email me there. You got the contact section. If you have a problem with one of the municipalities here in Hudson County, which is almost impossible to believe with Jersey City or North Bergen or Union City, that sort of thing, because they're utopias. You have a county problem, which is hard to believe, with Tommy DeGisa and the freeholders. If you have a consumer issue, we're very good at that. For that matter, we got a little consumer information today. We've established the wall of shame, and we have the watch list. You get on the wall of shame if you don't do the right thing. Watch list, you recognize your problem. You said you're going to make amends, and you have made some sort of amends. So we got two companies today. I'll tell you one of them. One of them is Optimum, Altice, the cable company. That is they are in the wall of shame, and we'll talk about the other company that's on the watch list. But again, we do this live. So if you have any questions, your Facebook or Twitter, we can bring that up on the screen. We are here to get you as much information. A lot of changes going on in Jersey City. You got a new governor. Jersey City, New Jersey. Well, I'm a Jersey City guy. It's Murphy time here, so we're going to touch base on that. He's talking about a $15 minimum wage. That's creeping back up. New York City goes to $15, I think, the end of this year. And there's huge impacts to the minimum wage going up $15. But these are kind of all the things we're going to discuss today. Well, like I said, we're doing this live. We're doing it live for you. And we do it on live stream. Take a minute, download the live stream app. You can watch the shows. You can watch all our archive shows, and there's a ton of other programming on live stream. It is free to use. You can download it. You can watch it on your smartphone, your tablet, your web-enabled television, your smart TV. I got one of those at home. Great, for that matter. You know, especially now that you can, all these streaming services, you really got to look at your television viewing. This is something we're going to sit down and do at home. But you can download it for free, and you can watch us. We are going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. he was elected mayor. I took him down there when he was Councilman Fulop, saying this area needs to become an industrial site in Jersey City. This could be a job site. We don't need any more condominiums. We don't need any more residential. We have a lot of that going on. What we need is jobs. Amazon would have been perfect for that. The location would have been perfect. Yeah, going there, you're right off Route 109. You're right off the Charlotte Circle. You're close to the Turnpike. You're close to 78. There's 280 right out there. You got Route 440. Newark Airport, you can see the pilots' faces flying over for their landings. You're that close. You have the Hackensack River. There's still barge docks down there. There's a concrete one that I don't think it would take a lot to renovate it. That equipment and freight and product could be brought in by barge. And, you know, shipping is really making a comeback. That's why we had to raise the Bayonne Bridge, because shipping is making a big comeback. We're right across from New York City. You know, the Amazon people want to go see a play or hang out in New York City. We are right across the street. Now that CC's gone, Chris Christie, can Jersey City get back in the game? Probably not. You know, they've narrowed it down to the 20. I'm sure Phil Murphy can pick up a phone call and call Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon and the Washington Post, and say, hey, wait a minute. Newark, cool. Jersey City's cool. The legislation we just passed for the $5 billion, I don't know if that's cool. Listen, I know I need to entice Amazon to come here. We have to bribe a company like that with 50,000 jobs attached to it. Hopefully 50,000 available jobs, not we're transferring these in. I know you have to entice them, but $5 billion? You know, I could see letting them be tax-free. If you're going to bring that many jobs and put that many people in Jersey City or in Hudson County, for the Jersey City couldn't supply all the manpower there. Hudson County, yeah, I'm in. We'll give you tax-free. You're creating it. But for $5 billion? Man, that's a lot of break. And the county could have got in there with Kearney and Jersey City, because right across from Dogpatch is the old Copper's Coat. And the county had cleaned that up, and there's always plans for Copper's Coat. I don't know what this game plan is now. The county's still paying off a ton of bonds on the Copper's Coat property. But that's all. The only thing separating the Copper's Coat property and Dogpatch was the Hackensack River. And you got the new bridge going in. The county and the city could have got together. I don't know if they did. When we bring Steve in, for that matter, Mayor Fulop, I'll see if I can bring Mayor Fulop in next Tuesday via the webcam and ask him, what was our package? What was our offer to Amazon? What was the location? I'm sure I'm not going to be happy with that. But Mayor Fulop, and then really all the mayors, but Jersey City has a huge crime problem. And Mayor Fulop has built the police force back up to 950 cops with the next class. We're putting in new closed-circuit cameras in the crime areas. Those are all expensive, by the way. We got to pay the cops. We got to pay for those cameras. Even if there's grants eventually run out. We got to hire people to watch the cameras. Those are all expenses. The best way to cut crime, and it's not more cops, it's not more cameras, it's jobs. If you can create and encourage job development, and I don't mean, Wall Street jobs and, the Harvard jobs. I mean gettable Jersey City blue-collar jobs. You will cut the crime without the expense of extra cops and the technology of the closed-circuit TVs. If there are jobs, you will cut crime. The bad guys, you'll cut it by 50%, because a lot of these kids, and they're real kids, we're talking teenagers, somebody 15, 16. They don't see any hope. Whatever the problems with the broken home, they didn't go to school. And I hate it when people say the schools are the problem. Our schools aren't the problems. These kids decided they weren't going to school. I can't get a job. I won't have a life. I'm going to commit crimes because I want sneakers. I want a car. I want to go out with a girl. I want to go out and get cheeseburgers, that sort of thing. If we could give these kids an opportunity to get employment and explain to these kids, you stay in school, get your high school diploma, There's jobs here in Jersey City. You're going to cut crime. Adults would rather work than be criminals. Well, most of them. There are some that are, criminals for life, But if we create jobs, and Dogpatch is the ideal location in Jersey City, you're going to cut crime without the expense of more cops, more cops, and more cops. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together. We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. Pat O'Melia here. You concerned Jersey City. A Jersey City resident and a Hudson County resident. Yeah, you're concerned. That's why we do this show. You're a Union City resident. You're concerned. North Bergen resident. Very concerned. Weehawken resident. You realize you're part of Hudson County and Weehawken? I would hope so. Union City. Yeah. West New York. Yeah. You're concerned. Now, speaking of North Hudson, there was a graph that just came out. There were two. One was, I think it was Allied Band Lines. It might have been both, Allied and U-Haul. That said New Jersey is more people getting out of Jersey than coming into Jersey. But there was another graph that counties by county population changes. And I think Hudson County probably had the most influx of new residents coming. Now, the question is, are they legal residents? That's debatable. That's almost a bugaboo word. Nobody wants to say illegal immigrants, undocumented aliens, all that thing. I don't like the word undocumented aliens. It's like I'm talking about Martians, that sort of thing. I don't know who that guy is. Where we get this thing from? We're at the picture, California? All right, I don't know where these people come from. And when you say aliens, I guess from my Star Trek fan of sci-fi, I think Martian. There is talk again in New Jersey for the illegal immigrant license. And I don't see how this can ever come. There are some states that have them, but there's a lot of safeguards on it, too. They're not, the feds won't accept it. I don't think it could be used for ID purposes, going to a bank, that sort of thing. Way back in the old days, when I was hosting the radio show, Jersey City's Talking, there was a guy, Boz. He was the mayor of Perth Amboy. And he would call my show and talk about, this is like 1998, 99, 2000, something like that, talking about the need for immigrant licenses. And you got to be a citizen. Now, it's not a right, it's a privilege to drive in the state of New Jersey. And you got to earn that privilege here. Now, in New Jersey, if you go to motor vehicles, and I jump through these hoops with my kids. Actually, I personally had to jump through. I think the last time I was renewing my license, the 6 points. And you got to bring all this BS paperwork with you to prove who you are. I'm on television. I can show you on my phone who I am. But you got to have passports worth so much. Jersey City, Hudson County birth certificates ain't worth anything. Birth certificates worth so much from the state. I think there was, a PS&G bill, a credit card, all easy, gettable Social Security card, I think was worth a point or two. For an adult, they're easy to get. For a kid, not so easy. The kid's not going to have a passport, not going to have a PS&G bill or utility bill. Chances are a kid 17 going for his license is not going to have the passports or utility bill. You might have a cell phone bill. That's it. They probably just have a school ID. So it's very difficult for the kids to come up with the ID, and the parents are there doing all they can. But eventually, they manage. I don't know how an illegal immigrant would meet the 6 points of requirement, because they have no IDs. They have no legal acceptance of ID that we would accept here as a government. Yeah, they have no Social Security card. There's nothing in their names because they're illegal. If you watch Fox News, I watch all news. Yeah, Eyewitness News is in my office. News 12 is on. I watch CBS. I watch Fox. I watch all of them. CNN. I watch all the news shows. And I think it was Tucker Carlson. Yeah, it was Tucker Carlson. Had an assemblyman from New Jersey, Keon, I believe his name was. He wasn't exactly the brightest boob in the assembly down there. First of all, the guy couldn't answer a question. He didn't want to answer a lot of these questions from Tucker. And they were talking about driver's licenses for illegal immigrants. And Tucker's like, well, how could you do this? You know, how do they prove they live here, they're here illegally, they're not criminals from another country? And the guy's dodging through all that. And the guy actually says, well, the illegals are driving now. Wouldn't it be better if we had them take the safety test and give them a license? I'm like, wait a minute, what did you just say? The illegals are driving now. So the illegal immigrants are obviously aware that they're driving illegally. So if they hit you, you're screwed, because they're not going to have insurance. They're not going to have registrations. But they're driving, and this assemblyman admitted that. So that is a huge problem. The next day, 1010 Wins is doing a story on illegal immigration and the driver's licenses. And talking to a woman who's an undocumented illegal alien, whatever terminology you want to use, she's driving. She has no license. She's talking about, it would be nice to have a license. She goes, I drive every day. But she goes, but I got insurance and a registration. I think, well, how the hell is that possible? How do you get car insurance and a registration if you don't have a license? If you can't prove. Now, I know if you're a senior and disabled, I think you can get a registration, a handicap. But I don't know how you could, somebody's got to put up a driver's license to get that registration, designated driver, that sort of thing. How does that happen? So there are a ton of illegal aliens riding around out there without insurance, without registration, without a license. And this assembly guy was like, they're doing it now. Best thing we can do is make it legal. What this country needs to do, if there is a problem with our immigration laws, and they've been on the books for, since the 40s, I think, then it needs to be changed, or it has to be changed. But in Jersey City, I think the number was, there was like 20-some odd percent, 23% of the population of Jersey City's illegal immigrants, undocumented aliens, whatever you want to call them. Man, that's a hell of a lot. Somehow, the dysfunctional Congress has to come up with a way. Either we're going to enforce our immigration laws, which is a problem. Some states don't want to enforce it. They want to work with ICE. Or we modify them. We come up with a new game plan, but I don't think that's possible with how our D.C. Government works now, to come up with a workable solution for illegal immigrants who are here now. The biggest problem I see with that are immigrants who immigrated here legally. They followed the rules. They got the green card. They didn't overstay their term. They whatever the rules for immigration are, they followed it. How do you turn around with somebody who might have waited 2-3 years to get here? How do you explain to them, well, we're going to do a blanket amnesty for, 20 million illegal aliens here in the United States, or maybe even more? How do you explain it? Well, I got a break for commercial. We'll pick this up when we come back. You're watching the Hudson County Show? We'll be right back.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org. We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. Pat O'Melia here, and you're watching it live because you're concerned. Now, we just had a question come in about international licenses or licenses issued by foreign countries. Well, why can they just come in here and get a license that way? I suppose when you come in, if you say, let's take Mexico. If you have a Mexican license and you come into the United States, I assume you have to have a passport and legal documentation to come in. And you need more than just a Mexican driver. I assume Mexico has driver's licenses. The reason they're probably not using a Mexican license, or we're not honoring it, is the people who are illegally immigrated here. You know, they might have a Mexican license, but they don't have any other paperwork. They don't have any passports, any green cards, any visas, whatever is needed in the world of immigration. But the biggest problem we have them. These people are here. You know, the thing with DACA right now, I'm going to get into this later in the show. You know, there's a whole holdup here. You know, I'm not wise enough to figure out how do we deal with children that their parents illegally immigrated here when they were 3, 4 years old or something like that. And now they're in their 20s. They've gone to school, public schools. You know, they've received an education that you paid for with your property taxes. But they're not legal here. You know, they're under that DACA, the DREAMer deal that Obama passed by executive order. What we need to do is do the right thing by these people, but I don't know what the right thing is. Because, again, when you look at the people who immigrated here legally, they followed the rules. And yeah, you're going to say, all right, we're going to blanketly amnestize all these illegal immigrants and they can be here. That's not right. So we got to find out a solution. And the only way that can be done is Congress has to come up with it. But they're just so dysfunctional there. They can't get anything done. You know, Obama did things by executive order. Now Trump tries to do something by executive order. Everybody runs to the judges. There's a problem in itself. You know, there's going to be another president, and there's going to be another president, you know, where the country's going to be around a long time. Everybody runs to the judges now saying, oh, we don't like what the president did, even though the guy was elected here. We want a court ruling on this. We want this. We want that. Well, you know, everybody's like, you know, patting themselves on the back. Look why we stopped Trump from doing this. Well, the same thing's going to happen to the next president. Somebody's going to run, you know, if it's a Democratic president next time, somebody's going to run from the Republican side, and they're going to go to a judge. The people we elect to go to office are the ones that have to handle these problems, not a federal judge, and staying status quo isn't working. So somehow Congress has to figure out what do we do with our immigration laws, immigration rules, and what do we do with the people who are here illegally. I'm not talking, you know, the children that were born here, and that's even becoming a question. They're called the anchor babies. What do we do with all these people? How do we assimilate them into our country fairly and legally? Because, again, I have to reiterate this, a lot of people are coming here legally. They follow the rules. You know, everybody's pointing at Mexico and South America, but, you know, people coming, India. People come all the time from India, but they follow the procedures. They follow the rules. It doesn't take a week. You know, it could take years to legally immigrate to the United States. These various countries follow the rules. Some don't, and they come in illegally. Now, what do you do with them? Is it possible we chase them all out? No, I don't think that's feasible to deport them all. I don't think those countries want all these people back. It would be like a super influx. And two, we need people for jobs. Now, they'll turn around and say, well, you know, the illegal aliens are taking jobs from Americans. I never really bought into that argument If American wants a job, or the argument is, well, they'll do jobs that Americans don't want to do. There might be some truth to that, but as the pay rate keeps going up, which is going to turn into a different problem, because we're talking about raising the minimum wage to $15. New York, I think, goes into play this year. Yeah, that's not a bad wage for somebody who has zero skills or education. You know, you get a kid in high school who wants to work part-time, and there's a $15 minimum wage. That kid's doing a hell of a lot better, but that's going to cause a problem for illegal immigrants too, because if everybody's going to get $15 an hour, you know, you're not turning down too many of these jobs. Yeah, maybe that kid will work in the car wash. Maybe that kid will dishwash. Maybe that kid will dump garbage, whatever. Whatever jobs we're saying the illegal immigrants will take, because we won't. But somehow we have to come up with a fair policy. Either that, or we just stay with the one we have. Say, all right, listen, we're going to have to deal with somebody's going to have to be deported. And, you know, maybe we look at the education aspect. How much money did maybe that's how we look at this. How much money did the United States invest in some of these illegal immigrants? You know, were they educated here? This goes back to DACA. You know, if a child was brought here at the age of 5 and they've been in the public school system and now they're, 20, and the governments, the local governments and federal governments have invested, X amount of dollars in their education and their health and all, maybe that doesn't make sense to say, all right, get out of here, because we're the ones that pretty much financed you and we brought you this far. Now that you're ready to join the workforce and make a contribution to the American way, we want to throw you out. So that's probably not the best idea also. So something we need to come up with how to deal with the children who were brought here by illegal parents, people who immigrated here illegally, but the kids had nothing to do with that. Can you deport the whole family? Again, we got an investment in these kids. If this kid's been here since he was 5 and the kid's like 18, 19, 20 years old now, we may have a 15-year investment in that. That's one of the, I think Governor Murphy was talking about, having free college tuition for illegal immigrants. Yeah, there's nothing, by the way, that word free, there ain't nothing free. Somebody's paying for it. And know who that somebody is? That would be you. So that's what's got to be fair. And, one of the things I think we're going to talk about in the show, I know we talked about it in previous shows, Governor Murphy's first priority is to cut the cost of New Jersey. We're number 1 in taxation. We're number 1 in property taxes. It is expensive to live here. We have to cut those costs. And that's something Mr. Murphy's going to have to figure out. He's got to cut costs and try to keep his campaign promises. Campaigning and governing, really 2 different things. Those rose-colored glasses, that looks all right on the campaign trail till you get to the office. You open that desk drawer in the governor's office, it's like, boom, them demons jump out. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. We'll be right back.
Meineke Car Care, conveniently located at 700 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City, half a mile north of County Road. Meineke, bumper-to-bumper car care. Brakes, exhaust, oil change, wheel alignments, batteries, CV joints, and so much more. First-rate service at a price you can afford. All major cards accepted. Apply for a Meineke card. Meineke, Jersey City. Stop by and let Sammy check your brakes for free.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just 1 path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show, the immigration special here. Well, let's go back to D.C. because I touched on this before with the dysfunction. And it's incredible how dysfunctional we are in Washington. You know, the country may shut down. I think it's this week. I think it's tomorrow or this weekend if they can't come up with some budget agreements. Now, listen, we shouldn't be running the country month to month. Yeah, you got to approve a budget, and this is how we're going to do it. But the country is dysfunctional. The Republicans and the Dems can't agree on anything. And everyone suffers this way. The work of the people doesn't matter right now. That's how dysfunctional we are in Washington. Yeah, it's all about the politics now. The campaign never ends. The Dems, listen, say what you want about Trump. He's going to be here another 3 years. At least. I tell you what, the economy keeps booming. And like during the Clinton administration, James Carville, he said, it's the economy's stupid. And that was the thing the Clintons would hammer through 2 administrations of the Clintons. No matter what happened with Bill Clinton, you want to talk about controversy. I don't think Trump could ever match Bill Clinton in controversy, no matter what one it is. He would get elected overwhelmingly. You know why? The country was doing pretty damn good under Clinton. The economy was working. People were working. They're talking about, I might get to that, about Medicaid and welfare reform. Bill Clinton reformed it in the mid-'90s, and it worked. The economy was working. Everybody voted for Bill Clinton. No matter what was going on with whatever it was, whatever land deal, actually it was more the women with Bill Clinton than any of the land deals, we went with Clinton because the economy. So say what you want about Trump, but the economy is moving. We can't get anything done. Trump is arguing for the wall. The Dems are arguing for DACA. This country is stale right now and at a standstill governmentally over non-citizens, actually. These elected representatives who we send to the Senate and to the Congress, once the campaigns are done, it's the work of the people. What is best for the American citizens, the people who voted for you? What's best for the 50 states, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands? That's your job. What is best for the United States of America? That doesn't seem to apply. The economy right now is booming. It's Clinton economy. That's how well things are going. The Dow Jones just shattered records. It's at 26,000 right now. It went from 25,000 to 26,000 in record time. No matter what Trump does, as long as this economy continues to boom, but the problem is the government itself isn't taking advantage of it because they're at a loggerhead there. These two sides can't work together. In a boom time, and the economy right now is in a boom time. I don't know how long that bubble is going to last. Hopefully it lasts a long time. We need to start taking advantage of that, but that's not happening in Washington. Apple just announced today they're bringing back their money from overseas, and there's a 15% fee to bring that money in. It comes out to like $35 billion to bring all their other billions of dollars back to the United States. And I think it was on 1010 Wins, $35 billion will run the government for like a week. I'm talking about Murphy cutting expenses. Maybe we look at it federally too, because that's a lot of money to run the government for a week. They're going to open, we missed out on Apple here in Hudson County in Jersey City. No, not Apple, Amazon. I'm sure Mayor Fulop right now is working on the Apple. Can we get Apple? Because they're talking about a second headquarters with 20,000 people. Well, we may as well put a call into Cook and see what we can get going there. You know, you got North Korea and South Korea are working together. You got the Olympics coming. Yeah, they're talking about putting a hockey team together and dance team and Korean singers working together. They're actually working. They're mortal enemies since the 50s. Yeah, there's no DMZ line right now. They're actually working. North Korea and South Korea are working and talking. I can't get the Dems and the Republicans to talk and agree on anything for the United States of America. You know, and I'll tell you where the problems really affect you. We're talking about the Gateway Tunnel. Do we need another tunnel in New York City? Supposedly after Superstorm Sandy and 100 years of use, our tunnel's in bad shape. I believe that to be the truth. Now, Chris Christie killed off the Arc Tunnel, but you know what? Christie was right on that, because we would have been stuck with the overages. Whatever the bid was, well, the tunnel will cost, I forget what it was, $6 billion. New Jersey was on the hook for anything over $6 billion. How much over would that tunnel project have been? You know we were going to get stuck for it, and it was Jersey picking up the whole tab. So I agree with Christie. But, you know, you do some horse trading between the Democrats and the Republicans because you got the economy really booming. We could get things done. But, no, we can't do that. We can't talk in Washington to get the funding we need because it's the Democrats and the Republicans. It's like there's a DMZ there. That should be funded. Normal circumstances in the world of politics, when they do the horse trading, it would get done. The Fed would pick up a large percentage of that, and there was some misunderstanding. But if you can go to the president and the Congress and the Senate is working together and they're all trying to do the business of the people, you could probably get that done. Right now, you can't get that done. Mass transit is deplorable here in New Jersey and New York. Now, Phil Murphy is going to get into New Jersey transit's problems. We have huge mass transit problems. They're only going to get worse, too. You know, we look at the path and the Port Authority. The Port Authority is dysfunctional because it got so politically hacked up. At one time, that was one of the most respected autonomous agencies in the country. They were the go-to guys. You wanted to build the World Trade Centers, we got to get the Port Authority involved because they can get the job done. And that's how we got the Path Center up here in Journal Square in Jersey City, and that ruined the entire Journal Square area. But that group could get things done back then. They can't anymore. The path is packed. And the path is kind of breaking down, too, because they're the same station. Nothing has been expanded. There's no new stations. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. We'll be right back.
Pan & Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panandpintoproperties.com. Pan & Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show, and you're watching it live. Pat O'Melia here. You're a concerned Hudson County resident. That's why we do the show, because you're concerned. As I was saying, I'm writing all this information. I don't think I'll get it all in here, because now I'm going off the top of my head here. The mass transit in New Jersey and in New York is deplorable. It is broken down. The path is broken down. It is packed constantly. And we keep developing more on Journal Square, and then Newark is developing. But, you know, the path stations, they're the same. I think the newest path, at least renovated, is one in Harrison, I believe. Outside of that, they were all the same. There hasn't been a new path station added in my lifetime. So that hasn't changed. The platforms are the same size. So you can't put more trains on because the platforms are only one side. And if you ever look at Journal Square, you go to the edge of the platform, you see how all the tracks start to, bend in because you got to go through the tubes. If you're a man or a lady of a certain age, you remember when they were called the tubes because they go through a tube, those trains. New Jersey Transit's busted. Everything. New York Waterways, the ferry, they're going to run into problems because Hoboken doesn't want a repair facility on the dry dock land in Hoboken. At one time, that was Hoboken, but they don't want to be part of their history. New York City, the MTA, their bus service, all of that is breaking down. Cuomo and de Blasio will find out who's responsible for the MTA, who's responsible for this derelict subway system that is constantly breaking down. It's a huge bucket of red ink there. Now, they're talking about congestion pricing. It's not to fight traffic in New York City, it's to get money so they can do some work on the MTA. But the thing is, in New York City, you're already paying a big, just go, what does it go through the tunnel now? $14? When I was doing radio back in the early 2000s on Broadway, it was $3. Now it's like $14. I don't even know what it is for a rig to go through there. A rig with only 3 axles, it's probably $100. You already pay to get in there. But Cuomo's thinking of putting virtual toll booths, well, basically Easy Pass readers or plate readers, so we can charge people on 69th and 59th Street and get money that way. And that's not to break down traffic. You want to break down traffic? You want to do something about it? Get rid of the pedestrian plazas, get rid of the bike lanes, and you'll make traffic flow. Now, New York City is New York City. There's always been traffic. I don't care if you look in the 60s, any old photos of New York City, it's a busy town. There's always traffic. You know what? It's New York City. It's a city. You're always going to have traffic. Same thing in Jersey City. You're going to have traffic the way we keep developing. Now, the people will come in here and say, oh, it's too much traffic. Well, it's a city. It's always had traffic. Now it's worse than it used to be because in the old days we used to have parking. We have very little parking anymore in Jersey City because we build on all our parking. The people, we want bike lanes, we want this, we want that. You're in a city. We're trying to move the masses as best we can. But getting back to the dysfunction in Trenton, well, there's probably some down there too. Yeah, there is some. In Washington, if there was some political horse trading going on, yeah, we could get the feds involved with the Gateway Tunnel. We could get the feds involved to help with New Jersey Transit or the MTA or the subways or building whatever we need to get done. Because that's how we used to work. There was always some trade-off. There was some political jerry-rigging here or there, but it would get the jobs done. We don't do that anymore. Now it's just loggerheads constantly. If the Republicans say the sky is blue, the Dems say no, it's purple. You can't get anything done. So little by little, especially the Northeast, begins to suffer and suffer and suffer. And that's not how our government's supposed to work. We should be doing the business of the people. And we're not doing that. That's why you have problems in New Jersey. And that's why you have problems in New York. We pick and choose now what federal laws we're going to abide by. And then we go to the feds for help, and it's like, what are we talking about? You guys, you can't agree on what to have for lunch. You can't agree on what laws. If you and I pick and choose what laws we want to follow, laws that are on the books, laws that elected officials swore to uphold, and we pick and choose which ones we're going to follow. You can't do that. Eventually either we fix that or it will destroy this country. But the biggest problem I see right now is in Washington, D.C., where nobody can talk. Nobody can get things done. There is no give and take. There's no working both sides of the aisle. And that's why we can't get things done. We can't get more money coming back from D.C. than we're sending there. We should be able to. There should be some dialogue. There should, again, be in the horse trade, political deals that would go down. We don't do any of that anymore. So that's why we're sitting here scratching our butt. How are we going to put a tunnel in here? What can we do with New Jersey Transit? And then New York's with the MTA. There's problems all over. because we can't get everybody on the same pages. I can't get the states and the feds. In a lot of cases, I can't get the state and the municipalities here. Some people that we elect to do the business of the people, we've got to sit down and say, you know, we're not doing our jobs. We're killing the residents with taxes. New Jersey is number one. You know, where's New York? I think New York or Connecticut is number two. That shouldn't be. We should be able to figure out how to handle our expenses, how to get the counties, the municipalities, the states, and the feds to all work together. Maybe we cut out some of the redundancy. But if we work together, we can get these things done. We can have good mass transit. We can have good roads. We can have good tunnels. You look at New York City with the congestion pricing. You know how much they pay on road tax on gasoline? There shouldn't be any reason for congestion pricing. Same thing in New Jersey. We just got jacked up about 30 cents a gallon. We should be flush with money for road projects here. New Jersey Transit, a lot of that money was earmarked for light rail and to help New Jersey Transit. New Jersey Transit swims in red ink. But the reason New Jersey Transit at one time was the most respected transit agency in the country has turned into a laughingstock because we politically hacked it up. And I mean by putting political hacks in there. I don't mean by slicing it up, by putting a bunch of political hacks in there. That's got to stop. You can't put hacks in important positions. And this is what happened. And the New Jersey Transit can't turn around to politicians who control the purse strings for them and do whatever they ask, because New Jersey Transit's got to turn around and say, listen, that's just not profitable. We can't do that, because if we do that, it's on the backs of the property owners in New Jersey. And that has to stop. We don't need to be number one in tax here in New Jersey. We need the states and the feds to work together. The campaigns are over. Do the business of the people in Washington, D.C. All right, we're going to break the commercial. We'll come back with some lighter stuff. We'll be right back.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
I'm back. You're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. Pat O'Melia here. You were there. Wall of shame. We had just started this. You know, back on my radio days, we cut our teeth on consumer issues, municipal issues, a lot of senior stuff, a lot of disabled people stuff. That's how we got started back in the old Jersey City talking days on 1430 AM NJR, which is now a religious station. And we would go and deal with whatever these consumer issues. We never had a wall of shame, but now we're putting one together. And I cannot express this enough to you. If you have a problem, contact us. We're pretty good at this. Now, in our wall of shame, it's Optimum. Altice and Optimum. We got them both there. Altice is the parent company of Optimum. I have one of the most powerful political figures in the state of New Jersey, a North Hudson politician, who is having problem with cable, Optimum. 5-6 days running, he has been lied to. The guy actually texted me out of frustration, knowing I deal with Altice and Optimum programming. Altice is horrible. So I had to ask him what was the problem. So he explained the problem to me. His cable guy's not coming. They keep saying he's going to be there. He's not there. The problem with Altice Optimum, they laid off so many people. I don't even know who I deal with anymore. And by the end of this month, if they don't modernize Optimum, at least to the level of Comcast, which Comcast is pretty modern up. You know, we electronically send our shows. Optimum, I have to snail mail them. We have to put them in a cushioned envelope, the DVDs, put about 8, 9 stamps on it because there's a lot of DVDs in there. They're like, I'm surprised they don't broadcast in black and white, Optimum. It's how shameful they are. And really, cable companies now are technology companies. So I send an email to an executive vice president in their legal department explaining the problems, and I explained I'll be back for my concerns at the end of this month to see if these promises of technology advances at Optimum and Altice occur. But I suggested that they reach out for this very powerful politician in North Hudson. Day so goes by. I figured they were going to call him. Hey, you get in contact? No. Anything better? No. Still waiting for somebody. I spoke to the government affairs person. Her job is government affairs, to deal with these people. I call her up. I say, listen, I'm going to give you a heads up. This individual is having a problem with Optimum and his cable. I strongly suggest you give him a call because, again, he's like one of the most powerful political figures in the state of New Jersey. I'll give him a call. I gave him the number. Gave her the number. Day or so goes by. How's it going? Nothing. She never called him. Between my problems with Optimum and what this individual, who is a powerful political figure in New Jersey, reduced to mere mortal status by a cable company, Optimum has to be in there. I don't care if they kick me off the friggin' network, Optimum. Stay away from them. But in some cases, you have no choice. In Seaside Heights, where my kids bought a house, they're the only game in town for broadband because Verizon lied when they said they were going to build out the Fios network. They didn't. There's parts of Jersey City that don't have Fios broadband. You're down at Seaside Heights, you're stuck with Optimum for the broadband. But television, telephone, you can go elsewhere with that. Optimum is in our wall of shame. Optimum and Altice. On our watch list, please. We had a problem with a plumbing company, A Absolute. A Absolute's problem was keeping their appointments. When the guy got there, did an excellent job. Was the getting there was the problem. 2 hours late. The next time was 7 hours late. 1 o'clock appointment. 8 o'clock, the guy shows up. The last time, and you got to question, I'm personally involved in it. You got to question, why the hell are we dealing with him a third time? But it's the plumber. He's the plumber. You got a problem, call the plumber. We have an appointment for the plumber to come down to the kid's house in Seaside Heights. I am the least important person, so who gets to go to Seaside Heights? Me, instead of my kids or my wife or anybody else. I go. I make an appointment, 1 o'clock on Friday, 11 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Thursday comes around 5:30. I'm leaving the studio. I didn't get any calls, so I called them. Are we on for tomorrow? Oh, yeah. So, because I got to drive 87 miles to meet this guy. Yeah, no problem. 87 miles later the next day. 11 o'clock comes, nobody. 12 o'clock comes, nobody. I call, we got to find out where the guy is. We'll call you back. This is the same BS, and I'm realizing I'm going through the same BS. I wait until around 2:15, and I got to go back to, North Jersey. Off I go. They finally call me at around 2:30, something like that, saying, the guy's on his way. I said, that ship sailed. But when I get to my studio, we're going to change that. So I spoke to the owner, and I spoke to their other personnel, and I realized the error of their ways. And they tried to make amends. They gave Jersey City $1,000 worth of free plumbing in Tom's River because it was an Ocean County situation. So that was nice of them. And we're going to put them on the shame, but we'll put them on a watch list for now. If you have a problem with A Absolute, I want to know about it. Because you should have a company that respects your customer, you as a customer, and respects your time. That's important. You know, the days, this isn't the 80s where you waited all day and they gave you, we'll be there somewhere between 8 and 5. Those days are over. There's GPS on his trucks. Everybody knows where their personnel is. And most of the time, like with a plumber, they'll come and check out the job first, and then they send the people. It's not like this guy comes in with a toolbox and goes, I don't know what the job is. Now I got to go back and find some other tool. They know what they're involved in. There's no reason to disrespect the customer and your time. If you're a parent, you got to go pick up your kid and you waited 4 hours. What do you get to? I got to wait for the plumber, or I got to get my kids. You're going to get your kids. You take a whole day off from work. Companies have to respect that, and I think A Absolute has. So we got them on a watch list. Hopefully, we don't have any other situation. Hopefully, somewhere down the line, I can promote A Absolute saying they're a good person, a good company to do business with. But if you have a problem, I want to know. For that matter, I'm going to be posting on their Yelp that they've seen the error of the ways, hopefully, and I don't get any contacts from any of my viewers. Again, if you have a consumer issue, don't hesitate to reach out for us. You know, we've done so many things in Hudson County. Yeah, there was a roofing problem in West New York. This guy was at the end of his rope. I got his roofing taken care of. Got the company to come and do what they were paid to do. We're very good at this. What do I got? An hour, minute 20? I got a minute 20 left in the show. It's a live show. There's always something. We had a problem signing off there Tuesday. I want to get into next Tuesday. We'll probably do it on the Jersey City show. About Medicaid reform and welfare reform. They want to put a work aspect to it. You got to work a minimum of 20 hours a week if you're able-bodied. Yeah, and this is kind of what Clinton did back in the 90s. And I want to talk about possibility of changing the DWI range, where right now it is .08. There's talk about making it .05. Now, keep in mind, there's no science involved. Just somebody's pulling these numbers out of their butt. Utah did it. And for that matter, I don't know who did the slogan. Utah, come for the vacation, leave on probation. You know, really, .05. There'll be no restaurants. There'll be nobody having a glass of wine in the restaurant. All right, I'm done. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you Tuesday on the Jersey City Show. Good night.